My question is about worthiness. I have read and immersed myself in your material for the last 5 years, and I get it all. I think where I get stuck is that I'm worthy, that it's really that easy. That's it.
You're worried that...
I always feel like I have to go do and make it happen, and I'm having a problem just allowing it to come in. And when I work with my clients, as a psychologist, I think, and I've actually talked to you about this before, it just seems like, are we really worthy to have all of this?
Did you think that the conversation we had earlier was easy? In other words, there was a lot of effort that went into that to line up. Mm-hmm. So what we are suggesting is, if you put your emphasis where it counts, which is upon your own vibrational awareness and getting into the vortex, then of course, from in the vortex, you'll be inspired to all kinds of action. Now that we have introduced the analogy of the vortex to this conversation, let's just talk about action and effort in relationship to the vortex. First, we want to say that most people who are outside of the vortex are offering a lot of effort. And even though they're offering a lot of effort, it doesn't get them very far. Mm-hmm. In other words, there's a whole host of people banging around outside of the vortex, competing with one another, measuring their progress against one another, who have very little to show for all of their hard work. Mm-hmm. While if you let being in the vortex be a more predominant part of your effort, you access a leverage because you access the energy that creates worlds. And so it's funny for us to hear people say, well, I'm not sure that it could be that easy, so I'm just going to stay outside the vortex where it isn't. Mm-hmm. And we say, put your effort toward getting inside the vortex and find out how easy it is. And your clients and yourself, you're right. Words don't teach. You got to get in there. You've got to live life inside the vortex and life outside the vortex before you can accurately proclaim what's easy and what's not. And we submit to you that life outside the vortex is hard and sometimes torturous and gets you hardly anywhere, where life inside the vortex is where it is at. And we agree. It's why we've written book after book after book. We get it that you want it to be harder than it is.
No. Yeah, when I first read your book, I cried because it so resonated with everything that I'd ever believed. But then sometimes I feel like, I don't know, could it really be that easy? Could you really be that happy?
Well, see, what's tripping you up is that you meet with people who are easy to coax into the vortex, so they get results. And you meet people who aren't easy to coax into the vortex, so they don't get results. And then you say, it doesn't work. And we say it doesn't work unless you work it. If you don't get that you are a vibrational being and you don't pay attention to your emotions and figure out how to cause a merging of the vibration of your being, then you're right, you won't get that leverage. A person inside the vortex is more powerful than millions outside.
Clear.
A leader inside the vortex, working with the laws of the universe, is an effective leader. And leaders outside the vortex are working really hard and just banging around and not much is happening. So we agree with you that conceptually, the presentation that we offer is not that difficult to get your thoughts around. Mm-hmm. We also acknowledge that most of you have been offering enough thoughts that are vibrationally divergent from who you are and what you want, that it takes some time and some effort in order to show yourself what life can be like inside the vortex. Mm-hmm. And it's why we were describing earlier that here's this vortex, which is a vibrational reality that contains all that you have really become. And let's say here you are, or one of your clients out here in fear or despair or unworthiness, out there in that place of powerlessness feeling. Well, they're far from the vortex. And so the conversation that we're having from inside the vortex to them just sounds like blah, 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 blah. In other words, how could that possibly be? You've got to be out of your mind, because what they're relating to are the people out there fighting it out. They're relating more to wars and arguments and conversations and control. They're relating to all that stuff. They've been measuring their prowess against other out of the vortex things. And so this inside the vortex stuff doesn't sound very convincing. But every now and again, if you catch one of them in a hopeful mode, where they're close enough so that they get in, and then the universe can show them their power. Words don't teach, but life experience does.
Where I'm stuck is
an outside the vortex comment. Do you want to try to make one that's a little more what I'm looking for, what I want to understand, the piece that I'm looking to fit in here?
I'm creating that I am deserving of all that in the vortex. I think.
See what's tripping you up? This is really interesting. You got to get in the vortex to be worthy. And you're saying, I don't feel worthy, so I can't get in the vortex.
Mm-hmm.
They say, well, then you're done. You're done. No hope for you.
I feel like I have to do something to deserve all this stuff.
How about being hopeful that you're deserving? I hope I'm deserving. I hope that my emotions are guiding me accurately. Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if I really had this guidance system that would let me know? And boy, when I feel resonance with something, there's a power that comes through me that I know. And I can really feel when I'm in alignment, and I can really feel when I'm not. Yeah. I'll bet there is something to this. I'm hoping that this vortex is as Abraham says it is. And in any event, I can't lose anything by deliberately directing thought. I know it is a terrible price for me to pay to feel good.
I love you so much.
That really is a terrible price to pay, isn't it? I have to do all of this work. I have to pay the price of feeling good. What do you want?
Tell her about Party Cat.
Justifying existence.
Jumped in the window.
We were having a conversation several years ago about like this, and we were talking about worthiness. And at that moment, the neighbor's cat, Jerry and Esther named him Party Cat because he came for their parties to rub on everyone's legs. And on this day, everyone was in the house, and the cat jumped right in the window and sat right in front of the hot seat between Abraham and the person asking the question, and just rolled over on his back, put his belly up to the energy, and just rolled around. And we said, and how do you justify your existence? He wasn't trying, and we want you to stop trying. So take it deeper. What's all this unworthiness about? Now, do you know what unworthiness is? Unworthiness means you've been thinking thoughts about you that the source within you doesn't think. Source within you, who you really are, adores you. And when you're finding fault with yourself, you're crossways of the energy. Source within you loves others. When you find someone that you're mad at, or that you hate, or that you're pushing against, then you get crossways of the energy. So the feeling of unworthiness, someone earlier wanted to talk about an emotion as if the emotion is the concept. The emotion is not the law, and it's not the concept. The emotion is the indicator of the mix of vibrations. So the feeling of unworthiness, that empty feeling of unworthiness, simply means you right now with the thought you're thinking are in utter disagreement with who you really are. So as you're saying, I'm not enough, the vortex spits you out, because source not only knows that you are enough, but adores what you have become.
Just one more question. In the work arena, my role is sales and marketing, and I'm wanting to apply this wonderful analogy of the vortex, and it's moving the customer from non-vortex into their vortex is really my job.
Well,
yes,
it's brilliant that you're saying that, because you see, if you can get in the vortex and summon them in, your level of performance is going to be unparalleled by anything that you've ever seen. Most people apply their most determined sales techniques from outside the vortex. You know, if you don't buy this, this will happen. And if you don't do this, this will happen. In other words, they're sort of prodding people into decisions, where if you've let your attention to them help you to identify their improved experience relative to whatever it is that you are offering, and you hold the vision of them benefiting from that, and there's no deviation of that in your vibration, you are more influential than millions who don't have that. So the first thing you got to do is get in the vortex and see the value of what you're offering to them.
Awesome.
It is. And others will say, what's your trick? And you say, I believe in what I sell. I believe in its value.
As this recent conversation was happening, I got this surging, the spine tingling feeling, which that's kind of my clue that, I'm really like aligned, or there was some connection with source. And I found that also when I watch someone sing something beautifully, or I'm singing, and you get that feeling.
You know what that feeling is? That's the feeling of moving into the vortex. In other words, what's happening is you were lurking on the edge, close enough that the universe orchestrated something that you heard that took you in. And that sensation is the moving up, the releasing resistance and raising vibration. That's what that feeling is. When you consistently hang around inside the vortex, it just feels normal to feel aligned. It's more like a feeling of ease. The rushes that you all often feel, that's that feeling of moving from outside the vortex in. And when you think about it, isn't that a pretty nice way to live? It's not such a problem when the vortex spits you out, is it? Because it's so fun getting back in. You are aware that we have left nothing undone. Do you know that you were source energy before you came forth into this physical body? Do you know that a part of you has come forth into this body? Do you know that the contrast is inspiring the expansion of you? Do you know that your emotions let you know whether you're keeping up right now or not? Do you know that you can't not keep up, but you could hold back temporarily? Do you know that when you hold back, it doesn't feel too good? But do you know when you hold back, it causes you to ask for more? And do you know if you still hold back, it causes you to ask for more? And if you still hold back, it causes you to ask for more? And you know eventually your vortex is spinning so fast and calling you in such a profound way that every now and again, when you're not looking, when you're not resistant, when you're at ease, when you're basking, when you're appreciating, the vortex takes you in and gives you a glimpse of who you are. That's that rush that we were talking about just now. You like knowing about the vortex. Has it put your life into greater context? Do you realize the power with which you've come forth into this experience? Do you know that life is supposed to feel good for you? Do you know that you cannot get it wrong? And you never get it done. And the reason you can't get it wrong is because it's never done. So when it feels the wrongest, that's when you're asking for the more. And when you ask for more, the source within you just calls you harder, you see. So we think this gathering has been well named, the art of allowing. The art of allowing me to be a vibrational match to who I really am. The art of allowing me, through the choices of the thoughts that I'm thinking, to line up with who life has caused me to become. This has been a particularly wonderful gathering. We've appreciated all of you, whether you sat in the chair or not. As someone put forth a question, it activated vibrations all over the room. And the question expanded, and we could feel the power of what you were asking. Together, today, we have taken thought beyond that which it has been before. But then, that's happening all day, every day anyway, isn't it? In other words, you can't fail at your expansion. It is assured. What we are wanting with every word that we offer, and every book that we write, and every process that we spew, is that you will find some way to release a little more resistance and allow yourself a little closer proximity to your vortex. Because it is with everything that we are that we wish for you the majority of the days of this life be lived from inside the vortex. We want you to know with clarity the power and value of that which is you. We want you to feel the pride within you for your contribution to this time-space reality and all that is, that defies anything that anyone has ever felt. We want you to feel appreciation for the others with whom you share your planet. We want you to know that without exception, every one of them is a part of that which you are. You've come here to share this contrasting experience for the purpose of expansion, but not just for the purpose of expansion, because that is an inevitable consequence of beingness, for the purpose of joyous expansion. Life is supposed to feel good to you, and when it doesn't, something is screwy.